Hello everyone. In this session we are going to see about JavaScript Ninja code, automated testing with Mocha and what is polyfills. My name is Anthony and I am from Loyola College Chennai. Let's begin. Programmer ninjas of the past used these tricks to sharpen the mind of code maintainers. Code review gurus look for them in a test task. Novice applicers, developers sometimes use them even better than programmer ninjas. Read that carefully and find out who you are, a ninja, a novice, or maybe a code reviewer in the given description. So, make the code as short as possible. Show how smart are you. Let subtitle language feature guide you. For instance, the example of the smartest move is ternary operator, which we can use for checking if else. A JavaScript ninja's arsenal is a pile of loops and iteration functions, expression and or operator, etc. The more you know about it, the more powerful you become. Below is a list of some useful things that you must put in your arsenal. Go through each one and learn in deep. Novice developers sometimes use them even better than a programmer ninjas. So next is testing. Automated testing is Mocha. Automated testing will be used in further tasks and it also widely used in real project. Why we need tests? When we write a function, we can usually imagine what is it should do, which parameter gives which result, etc. etc. During development, we can check the function by running it and comparing the outcome with the expected one. For instance, we can do it in the console. If something is wrong, then we fix the code, run again, check the result and so on till it works. But such a manual reruns are imperfect. When testing a code by manual reruns, it's easy to miss something. For instance, we are creating a function f, wrote some code testing f function 1 works, but function 2 does not work. We fix the code now and function 2 works. Looks complete, but we forgot to retest f1. That may lead to an error. That's very typical. When we develop something, we keep a lot of possible use cases in mind, but it's hard to expect a programmer to check all of them manually after every change. So it becomes easy to fix one thing and break another thing. Automated testing means the tests are written separately in addition to the code. They run our functions in various ways and compare results with the expected. So what is Mocha? Mocha is an open source test framework that is used to run your automated test in Node. It comes with a wide range of features that allows you to create descriptive automated tests, robust reports, and even execute your automated test every time a file is changed locally. We can use Mocha to run any type of test we can like within descriptions, describe functions by adding code and assertion to determine a pass or fail status. Whether it is a low level unit checks against back and end services or JavaScript functions or full stack test focused on integration of components, Mocha provides the structure of running your test. So this is what about Mocha and what is Mocha is. Once we have done our test, Mocha can execute all our tests that have been created using describe function and then report back our result of the test to our console, terminal or test report. If an assertion failed, Mocha will report the test as failed. If code causes an exception, it will also get marked as failed. If everything runs smoothly and all assertions are valid, it will report as pass. Mocha can also inform you if your test is taking too long to run, which is very useful due to nodes asynchronous behavior. See here how the Mocha tells. Constant Mocha is equal to required Mocha, constant chai is equal to required Mocha. So it will check all the requirements and will tell which is pass, fail, or which is the best source of doing the test or how the functions can be executed. So this is all about what Mocha is and how can be executed. So polyfills. So what are polyfills? A JavaScript language steadily and evolves. New proposals to the language appear regularly. They are analyzed and if considered worthy are appended to the list and then processed to be specification. It will be extended. Teams behind JavaScript engines have their own ideas about what to implement first. They decide to implement proposals that are in draft and postpone things that are already in the specification because they are less interesting or just harder to do. So it is quite common for an engine to implement only the part of the standard. So what is Polyfil? A Polyfil is a piece of code, usually JavaScript on the web, used to provide modern functionality on older browsers that do not natively support it. For example, Polyfil could be used to mimic the functionality of an HTML canvas element on Microsoft Internet Explorer 7 using a Silverlight plugin or mimic support for CSS, REM units or text shadow or whatever you want. Other times, polyfills are used to address issues where browsers implement the same features in different ways. The polyfills uses non-standard features in certain browsers to give JavaScript a standard complaint way to access the feature. When we use modern features of language, some engines may fail to support such a code. Just as said, not all features are implemented everywhere. Here Babel comes to rescue. So first transpile a program which rewrites the code. The developer runs it on the own computer. He rewrites the code into the older standard, and then code is delivered to a website for user. Modern project build system like Webpack provide means to run a Polyfil automatically on every code change. So that is very easy to integrate into development process. Second, the Polyfil new language feature may include new built-in function and syntax construct. The polyfill rewrites the code, transforming syntax construction into the older ones. But as for new built-in functions, we need to implement them. JavaScript is highly dynamic language. Scripts maybe add modify any function so that they can behave according to the modern standard. A script that updates add new function is called polyfill. It fills in the gap and adds missing elements. Two interesting polyfills are core.js that supports a lot allows to include a only real features. Next, polyfil.io, that service provides a script with polyfills depending on the features on the browsers and user function. So this is all about what is polyfill. Due to rapid changes in version of JavaScript, the syntactical forms and vocabulary are also updated in JavaScript. Therefore, it is seen that many of the JavaScript features are newer addition and may not necessarily be available in older browsers. That is, browsers running on older versions of JavaScript. Another problem is that some of the browsers do not consider the newest features of JavaScript as safe due to extreme power it is capable of showing, and hence they do not include or included as a experimental mode with limitation to restrict the usage. So this is how the polyfills were used. If you see that if not number is not a number, then this is properly of no two number can be equal to other, because nan is concept of non a comparable value, so it will return a false value. So this is all about polyfill, and this is where the polyfills are used. In this session, we have seen about JavaScript Ninja code, automated testing with Mocha, and polyfills. So this is all about today's session. I will see you in next session. Thank you.